Yo guys, what's poppin', and welcome to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. And today for you guys, we're doing a quick review on the new units that are coming on the new banner based on the Sacred Stones. And this was very predictable because of the Grand Hero Battle that's coming up very soon, Valtar's one. So could have figured out that the Sacred Stones banner was coming out very soon. And here it is. And let's check it out because this banner that's coming is gonna buff armored allies a lot. So let's check it out. The Sacred Stones, Rose of the War, Emilia.
This is making me a little self-conscious.
So she has Slain Axe Plus, which is basically a killer axe, Sacred Crawl that I hardly see any use of in arena. Like most people run offensive moves or offensive specials. Then we have Earth Boost 3. If unit has at least 3 more HP than enemy at the start of combat, unit receives defense plus 6. So if you're going for that more defensive build, then you could keep it. But if you're going for an offensive Emilia, then definitely you want to switch this out for like Fury, Death Blow, you know. So yeah, that's pretty good. Then here's where the Armor Emblem team get buffed significantly. If unit has an adjacent armored ally at the start of turn, unit and any such allies can move 1 extra turn. So this really buffed armored units because the problem with Armor Emblem team was the fact that you couldn't move 2 spaces to reach an enemy. So they basically had the advantage if there was a range enemy. So if you're going up against say Tarja, Lindy, Celica, then you're pretty much at a disadvantage because they could attack you from afar and they could probably knock you out while you can't reach them in time to knock them out. So yeah, it was very difficult for Armor Emblem team to prosper because of that. And yes, there's Hector with his distant counter, but at the same time he suffers bad matchup against red units such as Celica. Celica could knock him out, so Sanaki could knock him out with Triangle of Death. So even though he has that distant counter, it may not help him all the time, but he could knock out the mages because mages are very fragile and he has high attack stats. So if he could have been able to reach them, then he would have been able to knock them out before they could knock him out. So with this now, that gives him the advantage that he could try to reach him out much faster, especially if you have a singer or dancer, then that helped him a lot more. So with this, I could see Armor Emblem team really getting buff and maybe viable as Horse Emblem team, because right now Horse Emblem team is still the top team to use when it comes to the category. So yeah, this is pretty good. And as a unit herself, she's not bad. Honestly, I would run her, but at the same time, if you're gonna have Hector on your team, then you definitely wouldn't want her on your team, because the way I see the composition, you will want at least 1 blue unit, which is FA. Then you'll have Hector, and you'll need a red armored unit. And obviously, I prefer running a singer or dancer to give them more mobility. So she could be just C passive fodder, but if you don't have Hector, then she could substitute for Hector. So let's continue on. Let's see her attack animation right now. Silver Knight.
I answer Destiny's call.
Set, not bad. So he has a Ruby Sword, which is a built-in Triangle of Death. Swap, Fortress Defense 3, grants defense plus 5 and inflict attack minus 3. And I don't know how I feel about it. I honestly don't like it because there goes that's how I feel about it. But I don't like it because it's basically like creating the world's strongest shield but attacking with a twig, so you won't do any damage and eventually your enemy will wear down your shield and knock you out. So I don't really like Fortress Defense 3. It could be used for stall, but at the same time, yeah, you could stall them out, but that's only on certain events or story maps that we have to survive for a certain amount of time. So I don't know how I feel about Fortress Defense 3. I don't really sure if it's gonna be viable because minusing 3 attack from yourself is pretty bad. Even if you have Triangle of Death built into you, I don't know how I feel about it. I'll probably switch it out if I get him. Then we have Seal Attack and Defense, which is pretty much minus 5 attack and defense. So pretty good, I guess. And as far as him being viable on a Horse Emblem team, he's not, because if you already have Xander automatically take the role as a red unit on your team. So yeah, he's not all that great. So let's move on. Reignal Strategian.
I am no ordinary archer.
Ignis.
I am Prince Innis of Frelia.
So his weapon is Nighog, I think that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, sorry. Effective against flying units during combat. Unit attack, speed, defense, and resistance boosted by a number of adjacent allies times 2. Now that's pretty good, especially if you could have all your adjacent allies near to you. Then you will do a lot of damage because of the boost. Then we have Iceberg. It's pretty good. If his resistance is pretty high, then you could definitely keep it. But if it's not, then you definitely want to switch it out. And I'm wondering if Nighog is a unique weapon or it is transferable, because a lot of archers could benefit from that. For example, Cordelia, she's already OP as it is with her regular bow and brave bow, so imagine with this instead, having that extra boost in power, that could really help her out. Then we have Fortress Resistance 3, grants resistance +5, inflict -3 attack. So yeah, I'm not sure again how I feel about it. Same scenario, or maybe I'm understanding it wrong. If I'm understanding it wrong, let me know. Then we have Cancel Infinity 3, which is basically we have already seen already from Matilda, so nothing new. Still good, still a good passive to have, but definitely I don't know how I feel about him. I don't know his stats. If his stats is pretty good, then he could be one of the best archers in the game. Cordelia's are currently the best archer in the game, so you definitely want her to be your main archer, but if he's just as good, then definitely run him.
Thanks for the opening.
Winged Princess
Am I
Tana.
a little bit stronger now? I hope so.
So she had Vinfanir, I think that's how you pronounce it, I could be wrong again. So if unit is attacked by foe using sword, axe, or lance, unit receive defense +7, which is pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, make her a bit more tanky. Moonbow, and we all know how good Moonbow is. Speed and defense +2, that could be dropped instantly, not useful at all. Guidance 3, in infantry and armored allies within 2 spaces can move to an adjacent ally adjacent to the unit. So that's pretty good. That's basically Wing of Mercy, but for everybody else except the main unit you're using, so that's pretty good. And yeah, she's pretty good. She's buffing infantry units and buffing armored allies, because yeah, armored allies really need the movement to make them viable, so that's good. It's actually a good sort of units right here. 2 of them are pretty good, and yeah, it's pretty good, guys. Actually, it's a pretty good banner, especially if you're trying to build that infantry and armored team. So this is a pretty good banner for you guys if you're trying for that. But remember, one of the main things I'll keep saying is that choose your legend banner is coming up very soon. I don't think they'll delay it for much more longer. I believe maybe at the end of Nohrian summer that could be coming out, or mid-September. So yeah, just remember that. Don't go all into these banners, because remember, most of the time these regular units are able to get at 4 stars after their main focus is over, so you might want to think about that. But still, that's your animation.
I will help.
We also get new prologue, so that's pretty good as well. So yeah, new heroes come into the game right now, and that's pretty awesome. But again, don't go all out on these banners as it is. Hero Fest is probably the best banner for you at the moment because of the boosted rates, and it's basically a shotgun blast. Because of the high rates, you could get a lot of units you might not need, or a lot of units you may need, so that's pretty good for the Hero Fest. But for this one, I'm not sure, because I'm not sure what to say, because we have a green, red, colorless, and blue, so each color, so that's pretty good on its own, because then you're able to get the focus. Like say it's 3% because of each of them being their separate color. That's the full 3%. Not if say Tana and Emilia was say both blue, then your 3% would be split in 2 to which one you get. So it's not bad. Honestly, this banner is not bad. It's pretty good, especially if you're buffing your armored team, so it's good for that. But just don't go all into this banner. You know, maybe set aside half of the orbs you're gonna waste on this one and save it up, because yeah, most likely the choose your legend banner is gonna be great. The units will be great. This is speculation, but they may even do 5% boost if you think about it, because this was like our first main event for Fire Emblem Heroes. So they may want to give us a little bit of extra, push to summon for the Choose Your Legend. So again, hope you guys enjoyed. Maybe leave a like if you did. Some for more Fire Emblem content, and remember, don't waste all your orbs. Don't be conservative, and bye.